Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's Value Talk. And today is the second. Last time we spoke about master the job search game, and we spoke about why online job application doesn't yield the results which we expect. और हमने काफी अच्छे तरीके से इसको समझा था, and I got a lot of appreciation mails. People really appreciated it, and they actually, I think, all of you who attended, you know why we don't get the calls, right? Interview calls. So आज का जो वीडियो है, आज का जो टॉक है, वो it is the second in the series, and there are going to be total of four, or yeah, four. I will wrap it up in four series, and by the end of fourth talk, we'll have a complete understanding of what is it and how you have to go about it. So, and मैंने जानबूझ के आज के टॉक में ये बोला कि 7:40 we will 7:35 or 7:40 we will close the gates, because otherwise people keep joining, and in between, and then they ask questions which have already been asked, and also flow jo hai wo toot jata hai. And if you're serious about finding a good job, then you've got to be in time, and it's fine. So all those who join, it is good. Those who can't join, it's okay. It's not in their priorities, right? So we first cover a little bit about what we spoke about in the last sessions for the understanding of everyone. Can everyone see the screen? Just raise hands, please.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Yeah, thank you. And lower your hand in case you've raised your hand. So last time we spoke about why the online application. So we spoke about the job search process and why you don't get it. So I'll just go to the last slide in that. So see, online channel is in the red. You apply online, and there is one hiring manager, there is one job. I hope you can see my pointer. I'm pointing it out. There's one job, there's one hiring manager, and there are one, two, three, four, five channels from where the hiring manager is getting inputs. The online channel is sending more than 1,000 plus individuals. Okay. Now these 1,000 plus individuals are the ones who doesn't trust. I'm just giving you the gist of it. You should have attended. If you didn't attend, you should have attended the talk. It was very nice. And then there are so many others. And the whole takeaway is the key takeaway was that the most executive level jobs are advertised online because of the compliance issues, because of the policies of the company. It is not, they have already shortlisted most of them. They shortlist the candidates beforehand. It is only for the compliance or the policy issues that they advertise online. And who gets the job? The person who is able to sell the perception of trust faster than the other candidates, that person gets the job. You cannot land a job at the executive level. I'm just talking about executive level. I'm not talking about entry level right now. So you cannot get the job at the executive level, at the senior, mid senior level, without an advocate, without somebody advocating for you, or at least a referral. It may be a very dumb referral also. But if you don't have that, then you are not going to get that job. You may apply for, you may be lucky. I mean, it is not a hard and fast rule. You may get it, but 99% chances are, in fact, 99.9% chances are that if you don't have an advocate advocating for you, you will not get the job at senior levels, at mid senior levels. So, what are you doing about it? And are you doing anything about it? If you are not, all the best. So, we'll go for today's what is the game of. So, there is a system to land these opportunities very consistently. And this is what I want to share with you now, so that job search is no more than a skill. It is a skill, and it can be acquired. So it actually starts with your positioning. Now we spoke about positioning in our last session also. It is all about your position and your why. Why are you looking for what you're looking? When I'm saying positioning, I want you to think of yourself as a product. Okay, that is costly. I want you to think of yourself as a product which is costly, महंगा है, hundreds and thousands of dollars. इस तरीके आप अपने आप को एक प्रोडक्ट की तरह से सोचिए, and that product is costly not for buying, even to list. It is costly to list also, not to buy only. Okay, if you want to list that product somewhere, even that is very costly. So you think of yourself as a product which is costly even to list, not only to buy. Okay. So what I mean by that is, if you were a product that was so expensive, if you were a product that was so expensive and that needed to go to the market, to need is not a resume, then I mean, resume is nothing. Resume is just a piece of paper which lists some kind of achievements and what you have done. So it's serious stuff now. I'm not saying that resume is not important, but when we are talking about some good high ticket jobs, then resume is not enough. It is just a piece of paper which has something listed about you. What I'm talking about here, and so many people are still wanting to join. They are now sending messages on WhatsApp. I have a system kept here where I've admitted. So, okay. So what I was talking about is that actually breaks the flow. Sorry. What I was talking about is that if you're a product that is so costly, then resume is what you need is not a resume. It is just a piece of paper which just lists some kind of achievements which you have in your career, in your life. What I'm talking about here is very clear, very concise talking points that you have, so that you have a very differentiated, very compelling value proposition. So that is what you require actually, concise talking points which place you at a different pedestal. And we'll go slowly over it. It is extremely complex to build that position, and what you will need to create is this positioning is to have a partner most of the time that can ask you questions and bouncing ideas, that you go back deep into your history, आपने क्या किया है, and everything that has happened in your life, so you can reconstruct a very clear and compelling narrative. तो basically आपने क्या करना है कि आपने एक बहुत ही compelling सा narrative बनाना है. Now मुश्किल इसमें क्या है? मुश्किल इसमें ये है कि अगर आप ये स्टेप बहुत देर के बाद देना शुरू करते हो, तो देन ये समझ में नहीं आता कि उस नैरेटिव में क्या रखना है और क्या निकालना है. सो द हायर यू क्लाइंब, द मोर डिफिकल्ट इट विल बिकम to create that narrative, because going to accumulate so many achievements, so many wins, that you will need to decide not what to say, what not to say in your narrative becomes more difficult. जैसे कि मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ कि आपके पास एक रेज्यूमे में क्या है, रेज्यूमे इज लाइक रियल एस्टेट. आपके पास 100 गज का प्लॉट है, उसमें आप 100 गज का मकान, एक लिमिटेड मकान नहीं बना सकते हो, एक लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ रूम्स एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. इसी तरह रेज्यूमे इज रियल एस्टेट ऑन पेपर. सो उसमें आप उतना ही लिख सकते हो. तो जो आपका नैरेटिव है दैट इज ऑल्सो रियल एस्टेट. उस नैरेटिव में आप उसको बहुत लंबा नहीं बना सकते, किसी के पास इतना टाइम नहीं है. तो उसमें क्या रखना है और क्या नहीं रखना है, दैट बिकम्स difficult when you start making this narrative when it is too late, and when you have already, when you are at a higher pedestal already. So it becomes difficult to make that compelling narrative without taking out the power out of that, out of the story that you have created. So your positioning, your why is at the core of everything what we are doing here, right? I forgot that I have a presentation, some kind of presentation. So your positioning, your why is the core. Now what comes next? Now आपने positioning तो आपको जो भी समझ में आया. So what you need is not just a job search strategy. The job search strategy is what most career coaches are advising to do. So what you need is, I am not putting on F5 because I need to see something there, because I have in the other this thing, I have the WhatsApp open in part of the window, so that I can, right? So what you need is not just a job search strategy. Most career coaches, they advise what? They will tell you, make a list of 20 random companies. Those random companies may, then you prioritize them on some random criteria, and then start contacting or whatever. But what you need is a mindset. आपको वो mindset पहले रखना है कि you are a product, and you are a product which is not costly to buy only. It is even to list that product on some platform is costly. And along with that mindset, you need a go-to-market strategy. I am actually telling you a very scientific thing. Don't get confused. कुछ समझ में नहीं आता, कोई बात नहीं. ठीक है, हम दोबारा बात करेंगे, लेकिन पहले आप ये सोचिए कि आप एक प्रोडक्ट है which is very valuable, and that product for taking that product to the market, you need to have a strategy. High ticket job का मतलब क्या है? कि somebody is ready to pay higher price for you. There is nothing, उसका और कोई मतलब नहीं है. इसका मतलब ये है कि आपको हाई टिकट जॉब तब मिलेगी जब somebody thinks कि आपकी उतनी वैल्यू है. और वो वैल्यू आप कैसे करोगे? जब आप खुद ये सोचोगे कि यू आर अ प्रोडक्ट जिसकी इतनी वैल्यू है, एंड देन यू हैव अ स्ट्रैटेजी, द गो टू मार्केट स्ट्रैटेजी, so that everyone else also thinks the same. I hope I am making some sense. I'm trying my best. Now I'm not going to talk about the go to market strategy here. The aim today is not that. The aim today is to unearth the formula first. The components of that formula we will talk in the subsequent two sessions. So first we will unearth the formula. What is the formula and why ये फॉर्मूला मैं आपको एक लाइन में भी समझा सकता हूँ, पर आपको ये बात समझ में नहीं आएगी, एंड यू विल नॉट बी सीरियस अबाउट इट। अच्छा ठीक है, ये तो सबको पता है। व्हाट इज योर गो टू मार्केट स्ट्रेटजी? सो वील टॉक अबाउट द गो टू market strategy in our subsequent talk. And it is a very deliberate effort on our part to make these series so that everyone benefits. Now, this series, I actually do it for a very select clients, and that too not without reference. But here I am doing it because I want that especially the entire Valley Talk family is by only uniform fraternity. The entire Valley Talk family, whosoever joins in time, should benefit from it.
You gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind.